Letting number 8632, Central Field Upgrades and Streetscape Improvements. We have one bid. Cosney Wagner, Inc. Total base bid, $3,596,541.21. 3,596,541.21. 541.21. Alternate number 1, $784,098.29. 784,098.29. Alternate number 2, $50,600. 50600.00. With the low bidder, please meet with Ms. Ben in the hallway. Thank you.
I'd be careful with that term. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Here.
Director Rundy.
Here.
Director Hayes.
Here.
Director Roth.
Here.
Director Moore.
Here.
Director Gray.
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I call a meeting in order.
From the President, addendum number 2 for letting number 8633, McDonald Park Comfort Station renovation and Windsor Park ADA upgrade to Comfort Station. Addendum number 3 to the plans and specs for letting number 8631, South Broadway Phase 2, River de Pere to Court Courteous, Federal Project number STP 5401708. PSA number 1197, Central Industrial Vehicle Maintenance Facilities. Recommendation that emergency work orders issued for the month of December 2016 by the Department of the President and Facilities Management Division, Board of Public Service for emergency work and repairs requiring prompt attention be approved. From the President, Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that permit for Bowens Jewish Hospital, WUMC, for traffic signal modification at the intersection of Kings Highway and Parkview Place. Amendment to application 121032 be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the Board declares as an emergency action to make repairs to body and chassis of vehicle 528415. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows for AT&T Missouri. From manhole near 2310 Pestalozzi, bore to new 3 by 5 by 3 feet handhole at the same address. From handhole dig 1 feet to new 4 feet by 4 feet pad with fiber box. From handhole bore 3 fibers to rise pole near side of 2310 Pestalozzi. From 2864 Indiana, 2315 Indiana, and 2803 Indiana. Cut and restore around manhole in the intersection of Chippewa and Grand, 3760 South Grand, and bore south to manhole at Alberta and Grand, 3850 Gravois, and bore south to manhole at 3850 Gravois. Starting at manhole 1119, AT&T would like to bore across the street to the northwest corner of North Newstead in Maryland, then bore along north side of Maryland to 4431 Maryland West End Terrence Apartments. From manhole at 3974 Hartford, bore to new 3 by 5 by 3 feet handhole. From handhole hand dig 1 feet to new 4 by 4 feet pad with fiber box. From handhole at 3979 bore to rise pole at 3974 Arsenal. From handhole at 3979 bore to rise pole at 3971 Juanita. Cut and dig sidewalk to place new 4 by 4 feet pad with fiber box and dig 1 feet to handhole. Fiber will be placed in conduit, nor boring or trenching required at 2819 Chippewa. From manhole near 1622 McCausland, bored to new 3 by 5 by 3 feet handhold at 1610 McCausland. From 3 by 5 by 3 feet handhold at 1610 hand dig to new 4 by 4 pad with fiber box and 2815 Plateau, 2856 Plateau, and 6728 Plateau, and 2715 Plateau. Recommendation that permits for a Level 3 Communication LLC be approved subject to certain conditions as follows: to place 2,000 feet of fiber optic facilities from proposed Level 3 manhole at front of 4320 Duncan to proposed manhole at southwest corner of South Taylor and Duncan, and to place 2,770 feet of underground fiber optic facilities from the front of 4502 Lindell to St. Louis College of Pharmacy building at 300 South Euclid. From the Director of Public Safety, Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that permit for MU Investment Property to subdivide land at 912 Rear South 4th Street in City Block 74 be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Streets, an ordinance remaining one to conditionally vacate remaining 188.07 feet of the 20-foot wide east-west alley in City Block 940 beginning at 21st Street and extending eastwardly to a point, same bounded by Dr. Martin Luther King, 20th, Delmore, and 21st. An ordinance to conditionally vacate the eastern 450 feet of the 20-foot wide alley in City Block 2342 is bounded by North Market, 19th Street, Maiden Lane, and 20th Street. An ordinance to conditionally vacate the northern 5 foot of the 15-foot wide east-west alley in City Block 5066 beginning at Craft and extending eastwardly 132.725 plus minus 0.095 feet to a point and being bounded by Wise, Louisville, West Park, and Craft. An ordinance to conditionally vacate several streets and alleys bounded by St. Louis Avenue on the north, 22nd on the east, Cass on the south, and Jefferson and Parnell on the west. From the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, recommendation that permit for DeSales Community Housing Corporation to encroach with concession stand windows in Fox Park be approved. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that the following festival zones be approved subject to certain conditions as follows: St. Louis Auto Show, January 19th through 22nd, 2017 at Cole between 9th and 10th outside of America Center for drifting demonstration. Run for the Chocolate, February 11, 2017 at Bissinger's Chocolate Branch in North Broadway, start and finish 5K run, Streets and Riverfront Trail. Community Block Party, April 15, 2017, Christian Believers Ministries at Wells between Bird and Montclair. National Dance Week, April 22nd, 2017 at Grand Center, Washington and North Grand. And Rockin' Ribs, May 26th through the 28th, 2017 at Laclede Landing. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Michael Vicentainer, zoning plan examiner for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval is recommended for one application at 5257 Shaw. Approval with conditions is recommended for 4 applications at 3957 Thalozin, 4737 Alemania, 3300 South Jefferson, and 4224 Watson.
Are there any questions on the conditional uses from the board? Seeing none, take a motion, please.
Move to approve as recommended.
Second.
Moved and seconded for approval. Can you call the roll?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Conditional uses are approved. Turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? Seeing none, take a motion, please.
Motion to approve January 3rd minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore.
Aye.
Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. The minutes are approved. Today's agenda, questions or comments on the agenda? Seeing none, take a motion, please.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second, previous row.
Moved and seconded and call for the use of previous roll. Is there any objection to use of previous roll? Seeing none, today's agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.